afternoon. This is a news update on Dominion Television Ibadan. I am Osaranoma Saba. Members of the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) have begun assembling at the Congress's secretariat in Abuja ahead of a nationwide protest against the country's rising insecurity. Already present at the secretariat are NLC President Joe Ajaero and several civil society allies. Notable among them are Omoyele Sowore and members of the Revolution Now movement. Security personnel, including the police, the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, and officials from the Department of State Services have been deployed to maintain order. The NLC had earlier scheduled December 17th for the launch of the nationwide protest to draw attention to the growing insecurity across Nigeria. The Nigeria Police Force has reaffirmed its commitment to protecting lives and property across the country. The Force Public Relations Officer, CSP Benjamin Hundeyi, gave the assurance while parading suspects at the Federal Capital Territory Police Command in Abuja, noting that recent intelligence-led operations have led to major breakthroughs in crime fighting.
The previous month up until today, these operatives have followed up on several gun-running, drug trafficking cases and have also rescued kidnapped victims. These operations have led to the recovery of several dangerous firearms and illicit weapons. From these 8 cases, 9 suspects were arrested, 7 AK-47 rifles were recovered, 3 pump-action rifles, 2 single-barrel guns, 2 Beretta pistols, 4 locally made fabricated revolver rifles, 6 live cartridges, 4 magazines, 35 rounds of live ammunition of various caliber, and 150 rounds of 7.62 mm ammunition. What we are showing you here today is a testament to the fact that the Nigeria Police Force would not idle by. The Nigeria Police Force would not rest on its oars to ensure that every part of the country is.
He urged motorists to ensure passengers' luggage is free of illegal items, stressing that ignorance of the law is no excuse.
What I'm talking about here is a quite interesting one. This driver was coming down to Abuja in his vehicle, and you know how some drivers behave. They don't want to travel with empty vehicles, so they want to pick passengers on the way. So this particular driver named Uchenna Ikpe stopped in Akure to convey some consignments. So he collected all of these consignments, 24 bags of Indian hemp, and it was to just take the consignments, no passenger. The person that gave him the consignment told him that when he gets to Abuja, he should call this number and the person will come and collect it from him. And they paid him 150,000 naira for this. So, based on intelligence, operatives of the IRT intercepted the vehicle. He was arrested. 24 bags of Indian hemp were recovered from him. And his excuse that he doesn't even know what was inside, he didn't know what was inside, he didn't know the person, he didn't know who he was to deliver these items to, will not hold water because there is no ignorance.
Recovered items include firearms, live cartridges, Indian hemp and other illicit drugs, while suspects will be charged to court upon completion of investigations. The Joint Health Sector Unions, JHESU, plan to block the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare as part of ongoing efforts to press their demands. The action comes amid an indefinite nationwide strike by JHESU and the Assembly of Healthcare Professional Associations, which began on November 15, 2025, over the government's failure to implement the adjusted consolidated health salary structure and address long-standing welfare and systemic issues affecting health workers. JHESU National Secretary Martin Igbanubi said members from various hospitals have already gathered at the ministry. He added that 2 previous meetings with government representatives have failed to resolve the dispute. The chief executive of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Farouk Ahmed, has denied issuing any statement in response to allegations made against him by the president of the Dangote Group, Alhaji Aliko Dangote. In a brief statement made available to newsmen, Ahmed said he did not authorize the statement currently circulating on social media regarding the matter. He explained that he had deliberately refrained from engaging in public exchanges despite being aware of the allegations involving him and his family. Ahmed added that he welcomes Dangote's decision to take the matter before the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, expressing confidence that the process will help clear his name. The participants of this year's Christmas fiesta of Dominion Broadcast Group have expressed their utmost joy, describing the station as a rare one in Oyo State with fascinating equipment. Speaking with Dominion News, some teachers in their speech stated that the experience at the station shows a clear difference from other stations they have been to for the same purpose, stressing that the station ticket of just 3,000 naira comes with a lot more than expected.
There's a big difference, a huge difference. I'm so surprised that we can see this kind of thing here. I'm very, very happy to be here. The money we paid is lower than what we are seeing. It's lesser than what we are seeing. The ones we've been through, they tried, but this one, kudos.
Yeah, being here, in fact, is a great moment for me that I really wish for again and again, because it's been a while I go out and have fun like this. In fact, coming in here, because we had access into the control room, we went into every section here, especially the TV sections, where news was being showed out there. In fact, I really enjoyed it. I know and I can tell everyone out there that it goes beyond the amount paid. And the fun we've been having here ever since we came here, in fact, it's been tremendous.
Meanwhile, some students equally expressed their joy, wishing for another time out at the station.
I would like to come to Dominion Television again. I would like to come back to this place again. I had a lot of experience. The bicycle to the studio. When we got inside, everything was like as if we're in heaven.
I love dancing and I dance. I also love drumming and I also drum. I like the dance competition here and the weather is cool.
The participants of this Christmas fiesta stand a chance of meeting with their favorite on-air personalities of all time and win different gifts, among other exciting things to make it memorable. On the foreign scene, preparations for the December 28, 2025 general elections in the Central African Republic have reached a significant milestone with the arrival of sensitive electoral materials in the capital, Bangui. The materials were formally handed over by the Deputy Special Representative of the United Nations Secretary-General and Humanitarian Coordinator, Mohamed Ag Ayoya, to the President of the National Elections Authority, Matthias Barthélemy Marouba. Speaking at the handover ceremony, Ag Ayoya praised the joint efforts of the Central African government and the international community in ensuring the successful delivery of the materials. In his remarks, Marouba assured the public that the electoral materials would be promptly distributed across the country ahead of the election day, reaffirming the authorities' commitment to conducting a timely and credible vote. Venezuela has expressed strong outrage following United States President Donald Trump's announcement of a blockade targeting sanctioned oil tankers entering or leaving Venezuela. In a statement, President Nicolas Maduro's government condemned the action, accusing the United States of attempting to steal the riches that belong to the country. Trump's announcement escalates pressure on Caracas, with the U.S. now blocking sanctioned oil vessels while issuing new demands for access to Venezuelan crude. Australia has begun burying victims of the anti-Semitic mass shooting that targeted a Hanukkah celebration at Bondi Beach as hundreds of mourners gathered in Sydney under heavy police protection. At least 15 people were killed in the attack on Sunday, while more than 20 others remain hospitalized. All the victims identified so far were Jewish, ranging in age from a 10-year-old girl to an 87-year-old Holocaust survivor. Security was tight around the funeral, with streets cordoned off and police checking identities as mourners arrived. The burial ceremonies had been delayed due to coronial investigations into the attack, which authorities say was allegedly carried out by a father and a son. Now talking sports, Nigerian midfielder Prosper Oba has completed a move to Ukrainian giants Shakhtar Donetsk from fellow Ukrainian side LNZ Cherkasy. The 22-year-old has signed a contract that will keep him at the club until December 2030. Oba only joined LNZ Cherkasy in the summer, but enjoyed an impressive spell with the club, scoring 8 goals and providing 1 assist in 17 appearances across all competitions. The playmaker is set to officially link up with Shakhtar Donetsk on January 1st. You can visit our website on www.dominion.org.ng to watch us live and interact with us. You can also follow us across our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube and LinkedIn at Dominion Broadcast, and on X at DominionCast. And that ends the news update on Dominion Television. I am Osaranoma Saba. Thank you for watching.